Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Thursday, June 8th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Apparently, the feds have informed Trump that he is likely to be indicted, but Trump says he has received no information regarding a pending federal indictment. This would be for classified documents, but there's also word that there may be charges coming as far-reaching as the Espionage Act and obstruction of justice related to January 6th. It's incredible. How do they not know that this only makes him stronger? The air quality is going to get worse before it gets better. Thanks a lot, Canada. 75 million people are under air quality alerts. Our northeastern skylines have this eerie orange hue. A air quality index, the AQI, above 200 is classified as very unhealthy. Usually it's around 50. Brooklyn was 413. Queens, 407. 800% over what's considered safe. And the smoke from these out-of-control wildfires may continue into the middle of next week. LaGuardia, Newark, the FAA shut down these airports. Major League Baseball postponed 2 games. The mayor of New York City said this is not a day to train for a marathon or to do an outside event with your children. Stay inside, close windows and doors. They've handed out 1 million N95 masks. Finally, a purpose for those things that have been laying around. Wild sports news. Yesterday, we talked about how the PGA Tour and LIV Golf are merging in Saudi Arabia's quest to take over all of our sports. Ronaldo recently signed a deal for $200 million with the Saudi Arabian Soccer League. That's more than LeBron James, Aaron Judge, Patrick Mahomes, and Steph Curry combined. $200 million. Well, the Saudis also offered soccer superstar Lionel Messi $400 million to play there. And he said no. Instead, he's going to play with Major League Soccer in America. What? So we don't know all the details yet, but it's something like he'll get a share of Apple's revenues generated from MLS Season Pass. He'll get a share of Adidas's profits, and he'll have the option to buy a new Major League Soccer team. David Beckham did a similar thing when he moved to Los Angeles. He took a 70% pay cut, but he had first right to buy a Major League team, which he did. Miami cost him $25 million. It's now worth $600 million. June 6th, of course, was the 79th anniversary of D-Day, and John Kerry was in Norway, and he compared climate change to D-Day. Quote, "Make no mistake, just as that was a fight for the future, as much as anything we've ever faced, what we are seeing now is the same." I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill O'Reilly is here with your message of the day. Next.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, the latest high-tech gizmo is a head covering from Apple that goes over the eyes and allows for all kinds of stimulation directly into the brain. Cost about $3,500. Since many folks already live free with their heads in the sand, this is an expensive upgrade. Cyberspace has basically become a flight from reality that is incredibly addictive and even dangerous. People texting while driving kill thousands every year. In addition, gambling, drugs, and mental violence are easily accessible on social media. Yes, the devices do provide information and research. Used properly, high tech can educate, but the bad outweighs the good, in my opinion. We all know people addicted to their phones. that negatively affects in-person interactions and the ability to actually think. Book reading by younger Americans has drastically declined along with their concentration spans. The ability to speak articulately is collapsing as well. Ask anyone. Perhaps the most important aspect of all this high-tech stuff is that it makes it far easier for ruthless people to achieve power. If you are not paying attention to real life, bad things will likely happen. So I am not ordering the new Apple gizmo. I simply don't want to be a head case. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. We got Rick Ramdeni in Argyle, Wisconsin. Hey, Bill, are we witnessing Woodrow Wilson with Joe Biden? The real question, who are the people actually controlling his presidency? And Jesse Kelly just named a few of them. Rice is gone, Ron Klain is gone, but it's the same kind of people, very far left committed, and they just tell Biden what to do. They write his speeches and he reads them. And that's what's happening there. Ruth Broke in Israel, Jordan Valley. Ruth says, I can understand why most of the Republican candidates have no chance of winning, but want to become fairly famous so they can be considered as vice president. But why has Pence gone in? I think Pence, all of them have one thing in common. They think that Trump might be derailed by all this legal stuff. Everybody's signing up to run for president on a Republican ticket. Look, we can't beat Trump outright, but if they take him out legally, then the field is open. And I think that's what Pence is considering. Kathleen Williams, Sumter, South Carolina, where the Civil War started. Hey, Bill, does Mitch McConnell get credit for the fact that Merrick Garland is not on the Supreme Court? Absolutely. McConnell blocked, as you remember, Merrick Garland's nomination to the Supreme Court. So the turtle gets credit. Jillian on message board, 79 years ago today, American Allied soldiers embarked upon a great crusade, the invasion of France to free Europe from Nazi tyranny. When I think of the sacrifices made that day, my father-in-law was wounded on Utah Beach, and look at what the country is now, my heart is grieved. A lot of traditional people feel that same way, Jillian. Even 10, 15 years ago, this radical left stuff wouldn't have been in the marketplace. It is troubling, no doubt about it. In a moment, something you might not know.
And paid for by OpenShar Concepts. Attention firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown that chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with several types of cancer. If you or someone you know was exposed to AFFF and were diagnosed with any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic, lymphoma, leukemia, testicular, and neuroendocrine, then you should call us immediately because you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call us at 800-494-8560. Our experienced attorneys will fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless we get a recovery in your favor. Time is limited to file a claim, so call us now, 800-494-8560. Operators are standing by 24/7, so don't wait. 800-494-8560. That's 800-494-8560. Again, 800-494-8560.
Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. On this day in the year 1949, a controversial novel was published in the United Kingdom. The story features an all-seeing leader known as Big Brother. The cautionary tale is regarded as a universal symbol for oppressive government. Here is the story of 1984. Writer George Orwell was born Eric Blair in colonial India. He attended prep school in London. Rather than going to college like his classmates, Orwell joined the Indian Imperial Police and was deployed to Burma in 1922. He then went to Paris, where he worked menial jobs before returning to England. In 1944, Orwell published Animal Farm, a political fable based on the story of the Russian Revolution and its betrayal by Joseph Stalin. The book became a critical and financial success. On June 8, 1949, George Orwell released his last novel, 1984. The plot centers around Winston Smith, a low-ranking party member living in a dystopian London. Everywhere Winston goes, even his own home, he is watched through TV screens by a figure known only as Big Brother, and of course his organization. The party controls everything. At the time, 1984 was considered a minor success. Upon its release, just 25,000 books were bought in the USA and the UK. Since then, however, another 35 million copies of 1984 have been sold. As for Orwell, he died of tuberculosis in 1950 at the age of 46. And here's something else you might not know. George Orwell nearly drowned while writing 1984. As he worked on the novel, George took his niece, nephew, and young son on a boating trip off the west coast of Scotland. Their dinghy capsized, but they were saved. Back after this. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.